Hey, welcome everyone to my channel, The Bengali Tech. My name is Subhadeep, and today we are going to start the second episode of our data science course. And today I'm going to introduce you with the Python. So the Python was invented way before than .NET and Java, but it was not that much of popular before the data analysis and data science course was in the picture. So it got its popularity once the data science and data analytics stuffs are into the picture. So as you can see, it was invented in 1989 by Guido van Rossum, way before than Java and .NET, as Java was in 95 and .NET was in 2002. But before this data science stuff, 90% of the market cap was Java and .NET. Most of the development works was done by the Java and .NET. So, so the funny part about the Python is most of the people thinks the Python name comes from this snake Python, but it was not the actual thing. The creator was a fan of a comedy show called Monty's Python Flying Circus. So he was inspired by that show and he named his programming language from that show actually. So to run Python, we have some compiler called Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook. So Anaconda is an offline compiler. You need to install it manually in your system. So to install the Anaconda, what you are in your Google. So just type Anaconda, and the first link you will get, download Anaconda distribution. So you have to sign up with your email and you will get a .exe file, and then you have to run that .exe file and you have to press next couple of times and it will be installed. The installation is pretty simple actually. Like that, I'm not going to install the Anaconda as of now because it takes much of pace, around 5 to 5.5 GB, and around 15 to 20 minutes depend upon your system configuration actually. So, and what I guess for beginners who are starting Python coding, just they are starting the Python coding, so Jupyter Notebook is ideal for them because it's more user friendly and it's the user interface is more easy actually than Anaconda. You can install the Anaconda in your local and you can run the code over there. But what I prefer for our Python courses, we'll start with the Jupyter. Now let's come to our Jupyter. To open a Jupyter, you need to type Google Colab. Welcome to the Google Colab, and you have to open a new notebook. So Google Colab and Jupyter is the same thing, don't get confused. Why I prefer this Jupyter over the Anaconda means Jupyter have a lots of suggestion and autocorrect that will help you, especially if you are starting your Python code for the very first time. So let us get familiar with the Google Colab or Jupyter. So as you can see here, we have some options called code, text, and run all. I'll explain you one by one. So if you press the code, this is the space where you need to write your code. If you press the text, this is the space where you can write anything which is not code. Let me give you a simple example. You can delete this space using this recycle bin icons like this, and this. So first we'll press code, we'll have a space to code and we'll write a simple code, pretty simple code, like we are declaring a variable a, we are giving it a value 10 and we are recalling the value. So that's a pretty simple code. So once you write your code, you need to select all and press this run all. So it will compile it online. So the first compilation takes a bit time, and here is your output. It's a equals to 10. Now if you press the text, you will have a you'll have a space where you can write the text. So if you write some code here, like the same code I'm writing here, it won't give you any output. See, it's not going to give you any output because it's a text. So this is the text part, this is called the markdown part, and this is called the code part. Text or markdown is the same thing, and this is called the code part. So you have some shortcut keys. Not every time you have to open it manually, or not every time you have to select all the code and run all. So I'll just let you know what are the shortcuts. So to get a new cell, you need to press shift plus enter at once. So you'll have a new cell. I'm writing another program here, pretty simple program, like b is equals to 5 4, c is equals to 5. Now d is equals to c plus b. Or calling the value of d. Now instead of selecting them all and run, you simply press Control Enter. So you still have the output by pressing the Control and Enter. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple user-friendly program. Like, I don't know, you remember the C or C++. So in C and C++, if you even want to print a hello world, you have to call lots of libraries, and you have to write 4 to 5 line codes for that. But in Python, it's different. It's a pretty simple and it's very user-friendly. So this is all about the Google Colab. We'll be practicing more in the Google Colab. So you'll be habituated with the shortcut keys once you start practicing with the Google Colab. And for our basic Python course, we'll be using the Google Colab for next couple of videos. And for this Anaconda is the difference between this Anaconda and this Colab is that Anaconda is the offline compiler. I mean, you can run it offline also. And when you go to the production environment, you most probably use this Anaconda or like Microsoft Visuals. But this Python, this Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab is user friendly. So to learn the Python at the beginning, you need to use this Google Colab. And to use the Google Colab, you must connect to the internet, as it's a browser-based IDE. So let us talk something about the programming language. How many types of programming languages are there? So first one is high level, which is human readable, like Java, C, Python, Ruby, etc. Another is low level, which is written in bits like 0 and 1, which is understandable to the machine but not by the human. So one example of low level language is Pascal. Why I'm saying this? Because uh, you'll just realize after one or two slides. So before that, let us know what is translator. It's actually software that converts the high level language to machine level language and vice versa. Because if you are writing a code in C, Java, and Python, you are using the English words or alphabets which the machine doesn't understand. So translator converts these words into the bits of 0 and 1, which the machine exactly understand. So types of translator: one is compiler, one is interpreter. So what's the difference between the compilers and interpreters? Compilers actually read the whole program, and it converts the whole program at once with the machine level language. Whether the interpreter reads your program line by line, and it converts the program line by line to the machine level language. So that's the basic difference between the compiler and interpreter. Compiler do it at once, but interpreter do it line by line. So why I'm saying this difference is, most of the times you'll come across a question in your interview like, what kind of translator the Python is used. So Python is a language which uses both the translator. It both interpreted and compiled language. So it works like Python is first converted to a low-level representation of the code by the compiler, and this low level later converted to the machine level by the interpreter. So far in this session, we have read about the environment or the compilers of the Python, and we have come across how to install the compilers and a bit history of Python. In our next video, we'll talk about the variables of Python. So thanks for watching. Stay connected.